everybody. Welcome back to Sugar,
Spice, and Everything Nerdy.
I'm Watkins.
I'm Michelle.
And I'm Natasha.
And today we're talking about horror. And actually, you don't really like scary movies, right? We talked about that earlier.
I don't. I don't mind monsters,
right?
But I don't like supernaturals. I don't like ghosts. If there's a ghost in it, I cannot.
You're like,
no.
That's where I draw the line.
Like I watched The Ring. I'm still afraid of staticky TV.
Yeah.
And creepy wells.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, just in the woods. Like why?
They're so gross.
They're creepy. They freak me out.
Not funny story. Actually, it's kind of mean. But when I was in middle school, elementary school, whatever, we went to Washington, D.C., and you go to, like, George Washington's house in Mount Vernon, and he lives in, like, an old plantation or whatever, and he's got this big-ass well in his, like, front yard or whatever, and this was right when The Ring had come out, and some girl, I think her name was Jill, but she had long black hair, and they thought it'd be really funny, her and all the cool girls, to, like, put their hair in front of their face and, like, stand in front of the rail and torment me because they knew it, because they all went with me to see the movie, and I was really scared. No. So that's the story of how Watkins got bullied for being a loser.
I feel kind of bad because my hair was really long at the time, and that's the kind of shit I would do. Like, not maliciously, just...
It's okay, but they're like... It's okay, they weren't my friends, so it was, like, intentional. I was like...
Well, that's worse.
Right.
That's kind of awful, but yeah.
Sorry,
like
Jill, if you're watching this somewhere. I'm sure you're a lovely woman.
Do the right thing, scare your friends.
Yes. You paid for it.
Yes. So I actually, it kind of falls into horror, but it's like sci-fi horror. I love the Alien franchise.
Yeah.
Oh, that totally fits.
I don't know why.
Vagina dentata.
But I know, like, after Alien Covenant, which isn't a great movie, but I still watch it. But David Fassbender, I can never, like, I don't want to meet him. No. I have a fear of androids, like, now.
Oh, really? That's valid. That's valid.
Like, Terminator didn't do it, but, like, Alien Covenant and, like, finding out that, like, this android made the aliens, like, that creeped me out, like, hardcore.
So how do you feel about audio animatronics?
The robots are coming for us.
Oh,
this
God.
is true.
I'm not ready.
But I have faith because, like, you know, like, robots can open doors, but, like, I still can't listen to YouTube without, like, closing the app on my phone. Like, it just shuts itself off. So I feel like we still have a ways to go in that respect.
But speaking of audio animatronics, though, the Haunted Mansion just had its 50th anniversary at Disneyland.
Awesome.
My favorite is always the ballroom dancing ghost, that whole sequence.
Oh, yes, with the mirror, like the reflection of it.
Yeah, Pepper's Ghost, that's what they call it.
I love that. And I love at Halloween time they make it all like Nightmare Before Christmassy, and they add all these like special like nuggets to it.
They've got like a full-on gingerbread house.
Yes, and it's real.
It is.
What? Every year they have like the Disney chefs like
Disneyland, not World.
Yes,
Land.
they make like a actual gingerbread, but it's like they make like a different gingerbread house every year, and it's always like a graveyard or like a haunted mansion or something.
And
like
you know
spooky.
the Imagineers, they go all out.
100%.
Oh, that's so awesome. But Netherworld Haunted House is really awesome, though.
Netherworld is great.
Their production quality is out of control.
Yes.
And I was like, I used to work there, and I used to work at Fright Fest, and like also living in Hollywood and going to Universal Studios Hollywood Horror Nights. The amount of money that these places pour into their like Halloween efforts is just, they up the ante every year, and it's so super cool.
You know how Netherworld changed locations last year?
Mm-hmm.
So it's expanding to where they're having escape rooms and laser tag.
They're so, I don't know laser tag,
I haven't gone yet,
but
I want to do that.
Actually, and it was so cool.
Has laser tag started yet?
Does anybody know?
Okay, yeah.
Yes, it has.
Laser tag.
Okay.
So now they have laser tag along with escape rooms,
Like
and they just come up with
that's
more and more
awesome.
new escape rooms. And I'm just like, yo, we gotta go.
Oh,
Yes.
we should film a live
That would be
episode of
awesome.
Escape Room.
I was gonna say,
Episode.
can we have like all of our reactions and her up front? No,
We'll
I
do,
will
like, the least
say
scary one.
that I did Netherworld Haunted House for the first time back when I was in high school with some friends.
Nice.
So we did, I can't remember the theme that year. We went through the first house and I was terrified.
Yeah.
It was fun, but I was terrified. But then one of my friends who loves horror and wasn't afraid of anything was like, let's do the second part. And I was like, by that point, my like fight or flight response had like been in, it went into fight mode, and like someone had got like this close. I was like, you need to back up.
Yes.
Because I was like,
That's for
I was just
real.
like, I can't do this no more. I'm about to punch people. Like I can't.
I have
I
been
was
whacked
like-
in the face with backpacks, elbows, man. As a scare actor, you get hit.
Oh,
it's
God.
not fun.
Yeah, it's like I've done it 1 year, and I think that was enough for me.
It's like a
Yeah.
cautionary tale.
It
It,
can
it kind
be,
of comes with the gig, though.
But it was
Yeah.
cool. I like how they had the people like
Yeah.
in like already dressed up and everything, like
Yeah.
in the parking lot, because the line was super long.
Yeah.
That's the best when they have them in the queue area.
yeah.
The
Like,
atmosphere characters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
I
fun.
love that. I do know, like at Dragon Con, my first year going to Dragon Con, and I was a little
they've got them
tipsy.
everywhere.
I had went to, I can't remember what floor they're on, but like I had went by their like spot, and I was like, I think
Yeah,
the
it's
Marriott.
usually
Like
downstairs, like right
Yeah.
by the Walk of Fame.
Oh yes, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I was getting wasted in the Marriott, and I went down too many floors.
Hashtag Dragon Can.
Yes. And I was just not prepared. I was just like not expecting that. I was like, I'm like, what is going on? I'm too drunk for this. Like, how drunk am I really right now?
100%. And they're always right next to that one like band too. So like you have that like
Yeah.
scary death metal
Yes.
playing, and there's like a gargoyle just like hanging out. And
Right.
you're like, I'm just like, where am I?
It's
They
like
got
I
photo
am
ops down
too
there.
messed up for this right now. It was like I only had
Was it
alcohol,
already- was it already
nothing
dark?
else.
Right.
Nothing else. So I was like, what's going on?
That's the best part about getting fucked up at Dragon Con though,
But
because
yeah,
you're
it
like,
was fun.
am I actually seeing other people for real? It's good.
Right?
Yeah.
But is this real life?
Right.
'Cause I love classic horror. Like Edgar Allan Poe is like one of my favorites. We'll talk about some of
Yes.
that in the
Hell
other
yeah.
episode.
Or like Stephen King type books.
Yeah.
I've actually never read any Stephen King books, but
I
I,
haven't.
I
Touch
haven't,
them.
I haven't, I
I've
haven't
seen-
read them, but I'm a big fan of the movies.
I was like, well, it's a big thing these days. Apparently, I can't. Clowns are
Yeah.
one of the things I won't do.
So you
Won't
haven't
do
seen the
clowns.
new one?
No, and I won't.
No.
I haven't seen the old one either.
I've seen the
Really?
old one. The old one's not too bad because of the graphics.
Gotcha.
But like the new one, remember it was during E3, one of their like trailers, like premiere things, and like they showed the trailer, and I was at work. I had an office job at the time, and I had it like playing in the bottom of the screen. I was just like, oh my god, like no, it's too real. It's too
Yeah.
real.
Well, and I've heard it's
I've heard
really
it's
good, but I think the graphics being too good is kind of what kind of turned me off of modern horror movies as well, because
would,
now
yeah.
it's like gore porn. Like they just see what they can get away with.
Oh,
like
yeah.
people
Oh,
are
yeah.
just like how much torture, and they also always use it's a very low hanging fruit, but they always like they're like as long as we fuck with pretty girls, they're like we can get away. So it's a lot of like almost sexual assaulty kind of, and that's where I
Yeah.
was like I draw the line at any like rapey type things or animal abuse, and I feel like that's in almost a lot because it's an easy grab.
Yeah, they're easy
Yeah,
target.
no,
Like
Yeah.
just
The
the
hormones.
victimization.
Yes, exactly. But I love it's
I'm
one of
not
the
a
reasons
fan
I
of
love like old Universal monster movies.
Right.
Like like Dracula or Creature
Oh,
from the Black
yes.
Lagoon. I'm like,
Nosferatu.
that's
I do-
classic horror.
I do like
Nosferatu
those.
is so
Nosferatu.
creepy.
That's so.
And he's literally just a dude like walking around a castle in slow-mo for like
But
an hour.
like just the old their use of shadows and the
Yes.
makeup
Yes.
and stuff.
I was like, that's good storytelling. And it's
Yeah,
like,
I
if you
love
can
that.
tell a story without like using basic tropes, then I was like, okay, I'll get along for the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I really like when they just make things different. Because like we've all seen, Possession and all those shaky cam stuff.
Yes.
It's just like give us something new, please.
Right.
Right.
But yeah, I did like the new It compared to the old one, just because the story was sort of all over the place with it being a mini series. It's like the new one's a lot easier to follow because they're all kids at one point,
Nice
and
condensed.
then they're going to be all adults in the next one, part two.
And I've been in like a couple like D-rated like horror movies like for friends and stuff, and making that kind of stuff behind the scenes is fun.
Yeah.
But I just like the new age stuff. I was like, I'm good.
Oh, well, the
animated
horror. Oh my God! Did you guys see Paranorman?
Yes.
That's one of the best animated Halloween movies
It's
ever, and I can
so
never
good.
find it like on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Is it on Netflix now?
On like on Halloween, don't they bring it back?
Sometimes. on
That's
Netflix.
by Leica, because that's like their
Yeah.
wheelhouse is like claymation, and that stuff can be creepy. I'm not gonna lie, Coraline, watching it as an adult, obviously you can appreciate it, but if I was a kid watching that like
Oh, I would have.
the woman, she's like
Oh,
made
yeah.
out of needles.
I know.
Yeah, that
All
probably would have
spiral-like.
creeped me out
It's
as a
like-
kid.
Yes,
but it's a
because-
good movie.
Because even as a kid, like Nightmare got kind of creepy at times. But like I love it now.
I was like, I know someone said like raise your hand if Nightmare didn't like spur your love of like Hot Topic and like your emos. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like so underrated at the time, and now it's like a cult classic.
100%. It was real
I
creepy.
really liked it.
But it's in like kind of the way I touched my mic again. I'm so sorry. I got too excited. Did I fix it? Okay. Well, speaking of gothic books and stuff, Neil Gaiman, anything he's doing, like Sandman is super spoopy, and they're about to do a mini-series of that, right?
Oh,
Is that about to come out on Netflix?
I've heard of that.
Sandman?
I've heard rumors. I haven't confirmed anything.
No.
Now, there's this really well done, like bad. It's like a spoof on those B-movie, like sci-fi horrors.
The scary movies?
Yeah, so it's called The Lost Skeleton of Cadaver, and you can only buy it online. But if you ever find it, you've got to watch it because it's the greatest thing you'll ever see. I recently showed my friend like just last night.
The Lost Skeleton of Cadaver?
Cadavra.
Cadavra. Okay. Is Cadavra like an Elvira character?
No, it's like
I love
there's like a cave of Cadavra in this place, and like
Of course
there's
there is.
the dialogue is just absurd, but the actors like they do it so well. It's like they're really good at acting badly.
I love that. That's what makes, I was like, that's
It's
what's
like this is the kind of movie I want to work
right,
on.
like purposefully bad horror is fun, which I guess could kind of be said for like a lot of 80s like slashers. Well, there are some that are like trying to actually be legit, but like the original Evil Dead, which I will admit I cannot stand, it gives me nightmares, but like that's camp.
Yeah,
like,
it is really
that's
campy.
horror.
It's like if you want to make it something that'll really freak you out, watch the remake. But there was a remake
Oh, like
of
the
Evil Dead.
series?
The Evil Dead movie reboot, right? Like 5 years ago or something?
Yeah, it was like it was a few years ago sometime.
I knew about the TV show. I didn't know there was a remake.
I didn't know about the TV show.
But
There's
I've heard
also
good
Evil
things.
Dead the musical. Like they have made yes. It's actually very funny, and it's written to be like a parody on like the funny part of Evil Dead and how ridiculous it is.
Yeah.
It's really really witty. It's got songs like they like sing a song in the car, and it's like the Dumb Blonde or whatever, and they're like, we're a bunch of college kids and we're going on a trip and nothing bad is gonna happen.
Oh my God, that reminds me of. Have you guys seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil?
No, every year it comes on Netflix at Halloween, and I mean to watch it.
It's on there right now. Is
it?
Yeah, it's just like the whole thing is a big misunderstanding
Right.
between like these two
Well,
guys.
because Alan
and these
Tudyk is also just an icon and a legend, and I'll watch almost anything that he's in.
Oh, easily.
Oh, that's some tasteful side boob happening. There you go.
Yeah, Hulu. I've been complaining to my boyfriend lately about Hulu is like it wants to show me like the worst like horror movie trailers in its commercials, and it's like I'm trying to watch like Lupin the Third, and, and like you have like an like trailer like in the middle, and when I'm trying to fall asleep, I'm like no. I will wake up like I kind of have nightmares too. Like I will wake up screaming.
Yes.
Like I've had that and since I was a child.
Yeah, dude.
So it's just like. That's another reason why I can't do ghosts, because like I used to have a reocurring dream of like a woman like in all black, really long nails, coming after me. So ghosts, no.
Have you had
spooky woman? No.
Have you had what's it called? Sleep paralysis? That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. Oh my God.
I think that must have been
too.
what that might have been.
That's
always hear of people like
really,
seeing shadowed people when they're paralyzed.
I mean, it's not cool, but I wonder what that stems from.
I
but
don't
see,
know.
that's the kind of thing that I never want to experience. So when it comes to being scared,
it's not exactly like fun.
Yeah.
That's not my favorite kind
That's
of
what I'm
scary.
saying. Like I can deal with expected, but like unexpected or like right when I wake up, no, I can't.
Yeah, that's what
you have me traumatized for a while.
Yeah. I've gotten sort of desensitized to a lot of movies, just having worked on so many of them and knowing how they do the effects. Because I've actually been a zombie on The Walking Dead.
That's right, we didn't get to talk about, You're Walking Dead. Okay, that's going to be our final thing.
Okay,
we all want to hear about
so
this.
just briefly.
Yes.
I've been like every level of zombie, from like the deep like masked walkers to like full on prosthetics and contacts, ball caps. It was from seasons 3 to like 8, and then I recently worked an episode like last week for the first time in a while.
How uncomfortable is it being in that stuff all day?
Quite, because the thing is we're like in loose layers.
Yeah.
It's like they're loose, but they're still layers. So depending on whether it's the beginning of the season and it's like hot during the summer, you're just like sweltering, everything is melting, and then it's like, and then you get towards the end of the season, it's like, this isn't enough, I need a blanket.
Yeah, no.
Oh, wow.
That's valid. I remember doing scared thing. I was like, that's what I was like. I could never do the masks or the prosthetics after a while. You just want to like itch it off after a while. I don't know how you do that for film shooting.
You definitely have to be careful when you're eating. Like,
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Well, once again, you guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe,
And comment below.
Bye.
Grr.